Let's see. Press that button. How's everybody? How is everybody? Who's jumping on? Where is everybody at? Happy holidays. What we got first? Hey, Gloria. Guys, I'm going live on YouTube as well. So if you want to jump over there, if anything happens. Hi, babes. Hi, Rachel. Hang on. Let me see if... Let's jam out. Let's go a little holiday spirit, shall we? Let's go a little holiday spirit. I think that's a great idea. Who's down for a little holiday spirit? Huh? Who is this? I don't know. I looked up. Is that Ariana Grande? Is that Grande? Might be Grande. Hey, Rebecca. Hey, Shayla. Hey, beautiful. Okay. Okay, Ariana. Let's go. How's everybody doing? Welcome to Soul Circle. If you're new, I'm Sarah Delane if you don't know me. Looking like a diamond. Thanks, boo. Oh my gosh. How are you guys? What are we going to jam out on tonight? Huh? Who's on? We got some people on YouTube too. Awesome. What's up, YouTube? I'm really enjoying this like double live stream. Okay, she's jamming out. I like this Ariana song. Yes, I'm pretty sure it's Ariana Grande. Yes, it is. Okay, thank you, Jay Levine. Of course. Hello, boo. So much intense energy, life-changing events. Awesome. We like life-changing events, don't we? We like about to like drop 2018 and jump into 2019 life-changing events. I am so down with that. I really like that. Please share more. And if you have any questions about that, let's jam out. Leaving 4D, heading towards the 5D. We've been there a minute. 5D, 4D and 5D, like you guys get, like I don't want to say it's just a mindset, right? It's a vibrational state of being. It's not a destination. It is a place that you can find within yourself, within here, and that alignment, and then just create that alignment and allow that energy to come down. New layers of awareness, yes. I love that we have YouTube people on as well. Hi, babes. I totally cheated today. I did cheat because I have eggnog flavored coffee lattes, and that makes me just a little bit happy. I will drink so much better coffee except for holiday season when it's an eggnog latte. Can I get an amen on that? So, not to promote, but I can't help it, the branding's everywhere. Yes, you did too, eggnog latte. What up? How are you guys? What's going on? Feel free, you guys on YouTube, also feel free to write in some questions or comments. Where are we at? Who's ready for 2019? Ariana is. She's like, this year I gotta be smart. Who's planning out their self-love for 2019? Who's planning on not letting the same things that affected you in 2018 affect you in 2019? Can I get some hearts on that? Who is up for no more drama in 2019? Can I just like, how much drama did we have in 2018? How much did people like freak out and come into your life and then go out of your life and then project shit onto you and you're just like standing there like, what? I didn't do anything. Who's ready for that? Who's ready for some authentic, genuine, passionate, you know, for the romantic side, but other than that, just overall collaborations, connections, higher vibrational alignments, no more drama, yes. I'm like, yes, please. That's my roommate. The projection thing is so real. It really is. I had some stuff even go on where I'm just like, what? Like, you know those times where you're just sitting there and you're like, I am just doing my own thing. I am jamming out. And then other people kind of make stuff up, or you think they do because they're not really communicating, and then all of a sudden they like unfriend you or whatever, and you're just like, okay, I'm just thought it was handling me over here. I didn't realize there was like a whole thing. Anybody know what I'm saying about that? Down for that, like, I'm down for open, authentic, genuine communication. I'm down for just people treating each other with like niceness. No passive aggressive, weird stuff. No airing out your dirty laundry all over the place. Handle that inside. Stop projecting, right? Abundance of health and wealth 2019. Make my wish come true. Thank you, Ariana. All I want for Christmas is you, meaning all you, and that you inside. That's self-love. So then you can set that tone for all the love that you're going to be creating organically with romantic relationships. All right, should we chill Ariana just a tad? Let's chill her out just a little bit. We love her, and there's a few too many jingle bells right there. I see you guys too, and I see you over on YouTube as well. So guys, if anything happens, I'm over on YouTube, and I'm over on Instagram. So shaman baby, yo, I love you so much. When are we having Christmas? I ran into Jamie, dude, like earlier, and we were totally jamming out on you. Yes, Soonboo. And I hope your event went so amazing last night. Shout out to that. I saw your stories. Just want to give you huge props and amazingness for that. That was so badass. I was so wiped. I was like, I can't get off the couch. And I was sending you such amazing positive vibes. Everybody give Shaman a little love. Love you, love you, love you. Yes. Let's plan that out before. It's holiday season, and like our schedules are like crazy, boo. We got to do another shaman. We got to do another, if you're still on, boo, maybe you jumped off. But either way, we got to do another like sexual video or something like that. Because the other one, the video content, you guys, it was terrible. It was glitching. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Did I see it in the magazine? Did I see what? I need to, oh yeah, she sent me something. I'm a little bit behind on all of that. Let me check in with that. I will for sure. Love you, Shaman. Okay, so, what are we diving into tonight? Because 2019, you guys, it's almost the end of 2018. Like, what happened, first of all? Like, where'd it go? Like, I don't even, like, it fell into a black hole, and all of a sudden, oh my God. And then next thing you know, it's gonna be like 2020. There's more chaos, there's more solar flares happening, and something about like another galactic portal opening, and everybody thinks everybody's gonna die. Nobody's gonna die. We're all just up leveling. I think there's versions of us that are going to die, metaphorically. Okay, so, and that must happen so that then we can rise into the versions of ourselves for 2019, and what we're like, what do you want to give up? Not like I almost invite you to like make some New Year's resolutions one now, don't wait till the 1st, but also like setting something that's more than just like the, I don't want to say materialistic goals, right? But like something that is like what do you guys really want? Like, I invite you to like tap in and ask yourselves like what you really want, and what you really want to create, most importantly, like with the relationships that you have in your life. So that is literally with everything. So you guys already know, right? Unhealthy attachments. Awesome. Totally on point with that. And how you have one relationship, right? Or you have relationships with everything. So literally like what New Year's resolutions are you going to make for, is it too soon to talk about New Year's resolutions? I don't think so. I think we need to do it like ahead of time. I think maybe like every month even. Like, why do we wait all year to do it? Like what connections you want to have with yourself? What next level of connections are you going to have with yourself? What next level connections do you want to have with your friendships, right? With your romantic partners? Like, what level of communication do you want to set as a new standard? That if it's not that, it's like, yo, this isn't that, right? Like, let's all stop being weird. Can we all just stop being weird? Can we all just like, all right, everybody's been wounded. Everybody has been hurt. Let's like heal that so then we can like get to the real fun part, right? AKA love. Just saying. It's a little cheesy. And at the same time, it's kind of what like everybody wants. Can I get an amen on that? Save this to your YouTube. Yes, it is. It's streaming on YouTube right now. Instagram is just glitching too many times. So, and I love both. I feel like I'm like extra multitasking. I'm multi-dimensional right now, digitally. Amen. Yes, exactly. Let me check in with all y'all. Creating a vision board on Friday. Amazing. Gotta get to deeper manifesting. Yes. How do we meet our soulmate in real life? Okay. I'm gonna jam on this one, okay? Oh, hang on. Let me shuffle while we do this, okay? You guys want cards tonight? Let me just like, okay, Sarah, ADD, squirrel. How do you meet your soulmate in real life? Okay, as I'm shuffling, I'm just gonna break this one down real quick because we're still talking about the soulmate conversation. And I am a believer that you have more than one soulmate. I am a believer that you have soulmates in different forms. You have friend soulmates. You have romantic partner soulmates. You have business partner soulmates, right? And how you manifest these things is one, to remove the perception that there's only one, right? Sometimes we get into that like narrow vision, right? So this goes for your manifesting, this goes for your vision boards. We get into this like tunnel vision. Sometimes that's really important, right? Sometimes that's like, okay, get very specific about with what you want, right? And at the same time, if you're so focused on that one, then are you also appreciating the other types of relationships that you have, okay? I'm getting to your actual answer. Totally get it. As if this wasn't part of the actual answer. I feel a little extra spunky tonight. I'm like, so, to be honest, guys, I was like not in my body before. And I needed to do like a little like higher heart mind coherence, like integration, get my higher energy into my body because I was like floating out there somewhere. I was like, that's not going to work for tonight. Okay, so how to meet your soulmate in real life is one, acknowledge where they already are. Acknowledge how many other, like what you create more of is what you focus on, right? So rather than, what I'm really trying to say is focusing on where the potential already exists, so you'll create more attention around that rather than thinking that you don't have it, which would create more of not having it, right? So just putting that over on the side. That being said, I am a believer, and you guys who have been following me for a while already know this, I am a believer that your soulmate starts within. Right? You cannot truly manifest, or I should say it this way, the things that manifest outside of you are a direct relationship, right? Or external projection or external representation of that which is happening within. So if you're saying, right, one, what is real life? Like, are you living a fake one? Sorry, I'm just playing with words. And are you, like, how is your relationship within? How is your relationship with your inner soulmate? Do you know where that is? Do you know how to find that? If it feels like something's not there for you, if it feels like you're, still missing something, right? Or wanting to have something complete you, even though technically, right? The name of the game for 2019 is come complete. Come complete, please. Right? That means everybody's doing their work to get whole and complete, and then you just meet another person who's whole and complete, and then you guys can jam out together and be the sum of both of your parts, rather than like a half and a half. Nobody's a half. You're not a half of anything, right? That being said, if it feels like that, or if that's how you're thinking about it, then it's again a relationship of what, or the direct proportion of the relationship within, right? So that's what I call a fragmentation. You have a fragmentation within, where it means that whenever a soul is born, soulmate, you come fully integrated as your own soulmate. Ooh, all right. That just fell out my mouth. You come integrated, let's just say it again. You come integrated as your own soulmate. And then we have all of these events that happen. We have all these traumas. We have all of these significant events, belief systems. We have watching and learning subconscious programs of what love is and what love is not, and all those different things. And we start fragmenting ourselves. Okay, you want to go a little quantum, you can have a fragment of yourself, and then you can have a fragment of a fragment. Whole different thing. That being said, if there's that feeling, right, then it's that integration that takes place within. And by vibrational universal law, right, you then attract the energies to you that are of that same vibration. But again, holding the view that you have multiple different aspects of soulmates, right? And I get what you're talking about is in the romantic relationship form. Yeah. And 2019, name of the game, come complete. Remove those blockages, remove whatever those programs are, those old fears, because everybody's got them. Everybody, like, we need to all just have compassion for ourselves and compassion for everybody else, because everybody is on the same tip right now. It's like literally we all just reached the top of the mountain and everybody looked around and we're like, oh crap, we've all been through the same stuff. And we all want the same stuff. And yet we're all struggling on how to give each other the same stuff that we want. Okay? I did a blind survey 3 years ago, right? I should do it again. Pulling his cards. I am not flipping them yet, so I am going to put them down flat or face down. I did a blind survey, men and women, completely anonymous, asking common questions. What was the, you know, the greatest or the most frustrating or biggest struggle that you had within relationships? What was what you want from a relationship? What was the greatest success that you had in a relationship, right? What don't you want? What do you want? Hands down, on average, and this was probably about, oh my God, I think it was like 25 and 30. Like, I think so it was like 30 women and 25 men. Who wants to guess? Who wants to guess whether, like, what percentage of their answers were the same versus different? Who wants to guess? How many do you think had the same answers? Like, what percentage do you think had the same answers, and what percentage do you think had different answers for wanting the same things and having experienced the same things? I'm gonna wait for like a second. Who's on YouTube? Hi, guys. We all have the same complaints. Nice. 50-50. Nice. All the same. Same. 98%. I love how you guys are also so specific. All the same. 80% the same. I love it. I love it. The one who said 9, who is that? Devil's House? That name, boo. Okay, 70-30, 60, 50-50. You guys are so badass. 90-10. Yes. Okay. 98 to 90. 90%. Yes, all of you are correct. What, like, all of you technically are correct. And in the 90s, 90% were exactly the same. And I mean, not just like the same on every question, right? So that means the people who said, wow, what was the thing that you struggled with the most in relationships? And men and women answered the same, 90% of them. And then what was the thing that worked in relationships? And 90% of them, men and women, said the same. And then the really amazing one, which was, what is it that you want to create in a relationship? Like, what does healthy dynamic look like to you? Like what do you want? Right? 90 to 98%. Men and women, the exact same wants, the exact same pains, the exact same appreciation, the exact same pain, and the exact same want. You're awesome, Juliana. Just like what I miss. Okay. Most of my relationships want to hide me or give them all of my time. Okay. Then I would say that there is a conversation, an imbalance, right? So much love to you for sharing that. And there's an imbalance with how much loyalty you're giving out to people versus how much loyalty you're giving to yourself. You can only receive for yourself the same percentage that you're able to receive from others. But if you're giving out 90%, then you will attract, on average, people who will only give you about 10% of their loyalty, which means what you attract, the external representation, right, which is a direct projection of your internal. So whatever you attract into your life, if they can only give you 10%, then you can only give yourself 10%. Look at it from a perspective of receiving. If you can only receive 10% from them, then you can only receive 10% for yourself. So it means there's a conversation on self-love and loyalty to you, right? Like, do you have a belief system that you say, okay, like I'm focusing on myself, and then the minute that somebody calls you and needs something, you're like, okay, I need to drop everything that I'm doing and go focus on them. And if that's the case, then the reason that that's happening is because you have a limiting belief system that is programmed from a long time ago, like having this like overwhelming feeling of needing to do that, right? Even if you're consciously like, okay, I know I need to like take time for myself, but like, why do I have this overwhelming feeling? It's like there's something that like a switch goes off and it's like the little robot and you're like, no, I must drop everything for myself and go and do for everybody else. Like, does anybody relate to that one? I used to do that a lot, right? So that being said, it's a conversation of self-loyalty. Yes, you guys are all laughing at me. Hi, everybody on YouTube. Feel free to type in questions if you want to. We've got lots of engagement going on. Okay. Great question. Hi, Ashley. Sorry if I can call you out. Great question, Ashley. If we all have similar ideas of ideas of a relationship, where is the disconnect? Where does it go wrong? I like that question. I like that question a lot. I want you guys all to ponder on that question just for a little bit. And maybe type even in some comments of where you think it goes wrong or where you think the disconnect is. And that's the key word right there, is disconnect, right? Because that's part of what's not happening. That's what's part of what causes a relationship to disconnect, right? Or not have that level of connection, right? So what do you think would cause that disconnect or goes wrong with that disconnect? I want to hang out. It would be good if I would scroll up. Okay. Because I will share with you my perspective on that, but I want to just hear from all of you. I'm going to read these out, okay? And I won't put anybody on blast, so I'm just going to read out the words without your names, unless, of course, you want me to. I don't want to put anybody on blast, and at the same time, I love you all for sharing. Hang on. Perspective. Communication. It's going to be good. Expectations. Woo! We're getting some good stuff. You guys are so badass. Thinking someone else creates our happiness. Communication ? Conditioning. By conditioning, do you mean like past conditioning, like belief systems and like what I call programs? I don't know what else to call them. I've been calling them programs for years, so I don't know. Trust. And okay. Don't get too excited, Sarah. When we feel disappointed. Yes, expectations, and disappointment and expectations go hand in hand, right? There's a common statement that expectation unfulfilled will equal disappointment all the time. So if you have an expectation and you have an expectation of that expectation being fulfilled and it doesn't get fulfilled, boom, disappointment, okay? Let me see a couple. Lack of communication, judgment, perceptions, attachment to outcomes. You guys are amazing. Come to Turkey. Thank you. And not the, that's a different disconnect. You want me to connect to Turkey? Fear, fear would be my disconnect. Okay, great. Once you disconnect from yourself and to your higher self, hey, daily wellness training. Okay. Need to better self. Okay, all of these are amazing. Expectations, unhealed subconscious beliefs. Hey, Brittany. And so sense of moral tastes, upbringing, habits, okay, boundaries, selfishness versus selflessness, okay. Oh gosh, these are so good, and I want to just I could spiderweb off of each one of these. This is so amazing. Inner masculine and feminine not integrated. Rebecca, you've been listening to me, and probably some other teachers as well, right? I'm not the only one who says that, but I definitely, that's a big part of what I talk about. Expecting someone else to fulfill our needs instead of doing it ourselves. Okay, you guys are all amazing. Projections, disillusionment. Topic change. Insecurities. Okay, so all of those were amazing, okay? And yes, all of those are. There's one that's still missing though, right? And it kind of, I mean, we could, sort of pick apart each one individually, and yet narcissism. And stay with it, Sarah. Hang on, let me get it. Okay, there's one that's still missing. That's so easy to somehow, at least that I haven't heard, right? And so at the same time that you guys are all absolutely correct, 100% correct, right? Yes, been there. Yes, been there. Okay. And let's not get on the whole narcissistic train, because yes, basically it just means somebody who is harboring narcissistic tendencies, whether they're full on narcissists, right, just really means that they just have a lot of unhealed wounds, right? And there's a lot of narcissists out there that don't look like the average narcissist, right? They're very charismatic and very, right? Teachers even. So, okay, abandonment issues. Okay, so I want to dive into this more specifically though, okay? So again, all of you guys, yes, inner child, all of you guys are 100% correct. And there's still that thing that's missing that is also kind of, I'm going to say, right, because of course we could, like I said, sort of pick apart each one of these and dissect it specifically around what it means and where the sort of issue and how that aspect causes the disconnect in relationship, right? But the one that it kind of encompasses, or I should say, is the bowl to all of those that you said, right? On average, all of those that you said, okay? The biggest aspect that causes disconnect in relationship that also encompasses all the things that you guys said is your values. It's your setting your personal values, sticking self-love, values, right? You could go through each one of those and say, okay, well, where is my values within that? Where do I have set up those values within and sticking to those values, right? Where am I sharing equal values within a partnership? So one of the number one reasons why disconnect happens in a relationship is because the values are not the same, which can encompass, or everything that you guys were saying is 100% correct, right? And those are sort of the the spider web ripples, right? Or spider web out and ripples that all stems from this core value system, right? So then everything else happens, right? Values and morals, yes, right? Ding, 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 exactly. So values being either they were not discussed, right? Especially in romantic relationships, right? It's like, think about it if you go to a job, right? You have sort of like, granted that's a specific kind of relationship, right? So in romantic relationships, I believe in equality, right? And yet in a job relationship, you would have obviously hierarchy, right? That being said, just giving the example of a job situation, you have a value system on how you're going to show up, how you're going to present yourself. There's also a value system that your boss, right, or unless you're the boss, that you're going to set as a primary standard. And when you like either hire or get hired, it's because your value systems match, right? I'm also generalizing a little bit. So of course, there can be very specifics to everything. And in romantic relationships, sometimes the values either weren't discussed or, and then you guys like hired each other. That sounds awful. That sounds terrible. You're like, this is a contract deal. Sometimes it is. And that being said, sometimes values shift and you don't talk about it. And that's okay to have values shift. Right? But then that's why, yes, communication. But if communication is not a high value within a partnership, then that's not going to take place, right? So you can go through each one of these and be like, okay, what is my value to that particular, quality that you guys mentioned? So each person, like I get, all of you could very much be like, oh yeah, that one. Oh yeah, that one. You guys probably all totally agree with each other, right? Because yes. And at what level are you operating in your relationships with those value systems and asking your relationships or choosing those partners that have those same value systems? And if for whatever reason those value systems go out the window, are you, because I've done this, are you not staying loyal to your own value system and kind of like being like, oh, well, maybe that's okay, and making an excuse for it, or right, or doing whatever, rather like to avoid conflict, perhaps, like whatever your reason is, rather than saying, hey, I feel like there's like a disconnect on like the value system here. Like, do we want to reevaluate? Or like, is it not so, are we not so connected anymore? Right? That's where, a lot of, people kind of, oh God, there's so many different angles they could go down that rabbit hole. Right, yes. Yes. Spot on. Okay, so it makes sense. Hi, Mama. I see my Mama. So value system. I hear you, Mama. So if your value systems are not, let's say, in the same vibration, right? Your value system might be here, their value system might be somewhere else, right? It doesn't mean higher or lower, less than or more. That's not what this is about, but just in a vibration, right? That can't, like scientifically, like those vibrations won't match. And, I gotta be real specific on this, because we like to say these words, right? We like to say that these are our values. We like to say that this is what we want. And yet when like the shit hits the fan, how do you show up? How do you show up? How are you going to show up in 2019? How do you want to show up better in 2019? How do you want you can't say how you want your partner to show up, right? Because you can only like get what you give. And so I say it with love, right? And I equally say it to myself. And how are we going to show up better with not just saying these as a value system and saying what we want, but really like putting the action and the behavior behind it, so that like when push comes to shove, like that's when it's really needed to like hold strong with those certain value systems. Not when everything's good. You guys know that. Stand your ground. Exactly. Right? So it's not about when things are like easy. And we're also not under a false pretense that things will always be easy, right? Yes, watch your commands and don't say that everything's hard all the time. And keeping in mind that like, do you need the tools? Do you need a hammer when like something's not broken? Do you need a hammer or a screwdriver or a power drill? Ooh, my favorite. Do you need a power drill when nothing needs to be fixed? Or does it just sit there? You're like, damn it, where is that power drill? Did I charge the battery in that? Right? Until you got something that you need to build, or until you got something that you need to fix, you don't bring out the power drill. So where do your values, where do your tools, where do your internal tools, emotional mastery, putting, that perspective thing, right? Do you jump in? Is your first instinct to be like, oh, there's a problem here that needs to be solved. Something needs to be fixed. Okay. I want to check the command on that, right? Because fixed doesn't mean that anything's wrong. There is a disconnect. There is a screw loose somewhere. There's a screw loose in somebody's brain, maybe. And I need a power drill. Is your first instinct for a tool to use for that, is your first instinct to jump into the other person's perspective? Or is your first instinct to play the victim role and project how it's all their fault? I love you. Like I said, I felt spunky tonight, right? And again, everything that I say to you, I have said to myself and continually remind myself, because there are days when I don't feel like being so emotionally aligned. No. There are days when I would love my ego to run rampant on somebody's ass. There are some days. And then, you choose the first one, right? So we're human. And it's, are we using the tools? And do we have the tools? Do you have a power drill in your drawer? Or do you need to go buy one? Or is the battery dead? You're like, I got one, but the battery's dead. And I don't have a plug. You have plenty of those days, exactly, right? So it's like, honor the fact that that happens, like feel it, run with it, you know? Don't pop a cap on anybody's ass until you jump into their perspective. But are you using that tool? Is that like the first place that you go to? Or is the first place like I said, kind of pointing finger out, right? And we're conditioned to do so. So again, totally not your fault. Not at all. We are all conditioned to do that. That is literally programming 101. You are conditioned to focus on external reality. Your eyes go that way. Half the populace doesn't even know about their third eye, right? And you still think your third eye goes that way. Don't even think about the third eye goes in, right? Like, what if, you know how you see the pictures where it's like the third eye and it's like the eyeball, right? And the like one little lid? I'm like, wouldn't it technically just be the back of the eyeball? Like, why is the eyeball still pointing out? Totally random, Sarah, random. And I'm just saying, are our eyes pointing inward? We talked a lot about like that responsibility factor. It doesn't mean put all of that on you, but it does mean like are you spiritually bypassing that shit and like projecting it all outside? Oh, the spirit must not have wanted me to do that, right? That's outside. That's up there, spirit. As if you are not spirit. Oh, they did that and then they made me hurt. Oh, give your power away to that person. Because they're responsible for your happiness and your pain, right? How many more different ways could I explain it? You guys it totally makes sense, right? Never thought about the third eye looking in. Exactly. None of us do, because even the third eye, which is our psychic intuitive vision, intuitive, not outuitive. There's no out-tuiting. Nobody out-tuits. That doesn't happen. That's not the purpose of that, right? And we're still always focused on, we want to blame the thing outside of us and we want to praise the thing outside of us, right? and taking responsibility and not playing the victim role. Like, ooh, if 2019 could be like the end of victim mentality. And yet again, we are all conditioned for it. We're all conditioned for it. I say this to every single client I work with. Literally, I'm gonna break this down. Triangle, villain, victim, hero. If you were to draw a triangle like this, not Illuminati, and yet, villain, victim, hero. You guys can Google this. It's like common, and yeah, put an I in the middle. Ooh, right? And if that's the foundation for every story, right? Being in the entertainment industry, right? You have to have, in order to, every movie that you watch, every single movie that you watch, you have a hero, and then you have a victim. Most of the time in past culture, it's been the woman, damsel in distress. Women play the victims all day long. Can we like end that broken record already, please? That she must be saved. What was it? Ever since we were little kids, like Sleeping Beauty? Like Sleeping Beauty is in a coma, and the only thing that will wake her up is a kiss from a dude who's got to slay a dragon and go across a moat in order to get her. She can't wake herself up. Nowhere in the fairy tale story was she like independent. She's in a coma, and the only thing that will save her is a guy's kiss. Really? Like, why can't that bitch kiss herself just for like a minute and be like, I'm up. Okay, cool. Thank you. She can slay that dragon herself. I bet you. Just watch. Okay? And every single movie is hero and then victim. Sometimes the victim's a guy. Not always. Usually the man is the hero. Again, conditioning. Right? Which tells women like, oh, what? You can't be your own hero? You're rolling on the floor laughing. Was it Sleeping Beauty? Was it a little much? And I would be in there. That's like sleep paralysis, man. Like, I'm like, I can wake myself up. I can wake myself up. Wake up, right? Do not need a man. Would appreciate a man to kiss me good morning after a coma. That'd be great. But I don't want to have in order to get out of a coma. I'm just saying. The coma, yes. Okay, where was I? So, and then there's the villain, right? Which is like, who was that? Who was it in Sleeping Beauty? There was a witch, right? Oh my God, I'm like forgetting the story even. Yeah, witch. Let's not get started on that word, right? Now we're like villainizing even witches, like making that bad and wrong, and yet they were herbalists. Get over it, okay? And I'm on it tonight. Ooh, eggnog. Okay, so overall, we are conditioned for that, so it's not your fault. We have, okay, I'm gonna take it here, so everybody just like hold your heart and listen to my soul on this. We have government. What role do you think they play? Then we got some terrorists. What role do you think they play? And then what role does that put us in? So if the terrorists are the villain and the government says that they can help us and save us, and right, or technically I guess that would be the army, right? Whatever, you get it. And then that automatically puts us in the victim role. So we're conditioned right there. Okay, I'm gonna go one more, so still please hear my heart on this. We've got every different religion. I'm gonna go there. I'm so gonna go there. I do not judge religions at all, right? Not at all. I am very open to what anybody wanna believe, right? Even if you wanna be atheist, I don't care. I really don't. I love you anyways. And there are some belief systems, right, where what do we have? We've got God, that we also personify as a man, even though creative energy is feminine. And I'm not saying God is a woman either. Again, thank you, Ariana Grande. And yet, I believe it's an interconnection, non-fragmentation of the balance of masculine and feminine at the same time. It's also a mathematical equation. That's a very different topic. Point is, we've got God that we personify outside of our eyeballs as a dude with a beard that overlooks the world. Okay? Then we've got the devil. Oh boy. Because that's a big, tall man with horns. Also a man? What if the devil was a woman? Another side thought. Point is. Okay, why are they all men? And they really just also represent our shadow, like our shadow and our light side. Like heaven and hell is within. You're either going to live within your own hell or your own heaven. It's not a place. It's not somewhere you go when you die. And it's also hero, God, devil, villain. Again, where does that put us? We're conditioned over and over and over and over and over and fucking over again to play the victim. And that is what I'm just like, 2019 is like, let's squash that conversation. Can we please? Like, I'm so over it. I'm so over it. And until that happens, like for real, that soulmate that you're looking for, like, is that really ever gonna be possible? If you're running like they're always gonna maybe be a villain one day, and then you're gonna be a victim one day for however long you wanna continue running that story. There's always gonna be, like that's not the name of the game. There's always gonna be something within that dynamics that's gonna cause disconnection. That's inevitable. Right? Yes. Yes. Love you guys. You hear my heart on that, right? So like my passion behind that is like, can we all just get the freaking power tools that we need to drill out all of that stuff, unprogram that, so then you can actually create the love that we're all saying that we all want. That we all want. We all need a power drill. We all have the same screw loose. And we all want to build something that's the same called love. Just saying, right? Yes. That's what 2019 is about. That's what it is. The ultimate connection. And oh, that starts within first. Hands down. It can't happen. Not to the level at which you want. Because everybody's got abandonment issues and everybody wants to run away from love because they're afraid that they're going to be hurt again and blah, 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 story, villain, victim, hero, oh my God, just turn off the record. Write a new story. It's time. It's 2019. Like, when are you going to write a new story if not in 2019? Yes, we all have the same screw loose. I know I do some days. For real. There might be a couple screw looses, okay? Screws loose. You can't even say it right. Yes, all right. How about we do some cards, shall we? Bam. What's the first one? Come to life. Okay. Her painting. I don't know what the monkeys are about. That's interesting. And there's a crow. Ooh, and there's a snake too. And there's a butterfly. Okay. And so getting out of talking about religion, getting out of the conversation of villainizing the snake. It was also called knowledge. Let's just be real. Okay. Monkey, I don't know. That might be your goofball program. The crows, they also get a really bad rap too. They're one of the most intelligent birds. That's why technically witches used them, because they were the most intelligent. Okay. So come to life, bring to life. She's painting herself. Damn. I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you see that? She's like painting herself. Shave your legs first, girl, right? Paint yourself. And she's in black and white. That's interesting. She's in black and white and she's painting herself in color. What was that movie? Perfect example. Not Smallville, Serah. Pleasantville, right? Remember when they were all black and white and they were indoctrinated into the same belief system that they all had to be the same way with the same emotions and like nobody could have sex? Something odd. And then they started discovering love. They started discovering somebody had sex, somebody kissed. Okay? It always ends with a kiss, really. Okay? We just need like Sleeping Beauty to not have to need that. And she's painting herself into color. So going from black and white and painting herself into color. What's this next one? I love mandalas and like geometry, because all of geometry, like the whole universe and our emotions and our love and everything, it's all can be like, it's all geometry. It's a different time. Anyway, the perfection of your life. Ooh, that says perfection, right? Sometimes I switch letters around in my brain. I know it's backwards. The perfection of life. Trees, organic nature, and geometry. Everything working together. That's what, to me, that symbolizes, right? And so again, I'm going very intuitively. I'm not reading from the book right now. Everything can be broken down into geometry, right? But the geometry, the ultimate, think about it as like the ultimate trinity, right? I know we talk about mind, body, spirit. I think your body is just your anchor. The ultimate trinity, masculine, feminine, higher self. Ultimate trinity, mind, emotion, and spirit. All of those get anchored into the body. Yes, you have to have a foundation for that, but like, it's a balance of bringing all of those together of the ultimate trinity, right? I don't know where that came from with this, but that's what I meant to say with that one. So the perfection of your life, creating your life the way that you want to, writing the new story. If you don't like the story, rewrite it. Who's to say that you have to keep the old story? Who said that? Who said that? Yes, you guys can watch. This is the replay in my stories. I'm streaming on YouTube. And I usually, if it saves on my phone, then it will save. Oh, this is a good one. Not this one. This is probably going to be one of the most important for 2019, aside from values. In order to create that connection that everybody is saying, that you're saying that you're up for playing that game of being, not just saying that you want, of being, and what behavior that you need to be doing in order to actually then receive the love that you're saying that you want. So that means our receptivity, our output has been so strong. Again, loyalty to everybody else, everybody else, everybody else. Focus outward, outward, outward. Receptivity inward. What are you going to allow in? That also means that whatever those blocks around your heart from past pain and wound and trauma and all of that, that everybody has. Like, everybody's got it. Everybody's dated a fucking narcissist. Okay? And getting your power drill out and removing those blocks that are now around the heart that is stopping you from receiving. Because how can you create a connection if two people can't receive? You can't do that. You can't do that. This is a give and take world, right? And yet at the same time, we've been giving. And now everybody's mad because everybody's been giving and not receiving. And yet you've just been giving and you haven't had the open receptor to receive love, receive happiness, let it know that it's okay to receive, right? Your belief system, looking in, intuiting, feeling into yourself, feeling comfortable, receiving for yourself. Right? Remember, you can only receive from others you can only receive from yourself what you're able to receive from others. You're only vice versa, or same thing. You're only able to receive from others what you're able to receive from yourself. So if loyalty is a big value for you, at what level are you receiving value from yourself? At what level are you open? Do you walk around like this? I know we're all on our phones and we're on our computers, right? And this is like closing off our hearts and totally messing up our neck, right? But are we like, ooh? Do you walk up to somebody like tits out and up? Or are you like, oh, I don't know, I've been hurt before and I don't know what's gonna happen this time, and like you might be the same as like my 5 other exes, and At what level are you like, hey, I'm open to receive? That's going to be probably the biggest one, I would say. Values and receiving. This is such a conversation that I have with the majority of women that I talk to. It's equally a lesson that I had to learn. One of probably the hardest ones, able to receive. Because if you have a belief system that you're not worth it, you won't be able to receive it. If you have a belief system that you're not good enough, you won't be able to receive it. If you have a belief system that you think you got to do for everybody else and not be able to receive anything from anybody else, then you will not be able to receive it. No more victim role, right? The victim role will perpetuate you from being able to receive. Ooh, let's say that one more time. What did I say? The victim role will perpetuate you not being able to receive. That literally just fell out my mouth. So just ponder on that one. Come to life. Come to life. Create your life. Like, put yourself back in color. Everybody's like in black and white right now, trying to like protect themselves. And rightfully so. Don't get me wrong. Rightfully so. But like, is it about time that we're like ready to play a bigger game? And if you need some tools so that you can build a bigger, like, I don't know, box, like a bigger play box to all play in, then the perfection of your life, like, create the life that you want to create. You're the writer, you're the actor, you're the director, you're the producer, you're the financier, you're everything. And it's literally, that is up to you. And then being able to receive it. You can't create something and then not receive it. You can't put an intention out to the universe and then expect to receive it if you're not open to receiving. Every single woman that I talk to, and men the same too though, right? I just happen to mostly talk to women, have such a closed receptor site, right? And it's usually around the heart, and it's usually around the uterus, yes, but mostly like sexual, your root chakra and your sacral, right? Because that's where women do a lot of receiving. And when perhaps maybe there's been a few partners that you've either chosen, or were those lessons, or that time that you mistook a soulmate for a lesson, and maybe you need some like energetic, sexual energy clearing because you received from an energy center that was not supportive to you as a beautiful, divine, feminine being. And the same thing goes for men as well, but just a little bit in a different way, right? So women, like, that literally is the dynamic of women receiving in and men penetrating in, right? Giving in. So it's a little bit different on that level, and yet at the same time, you guys already know, right? We all, man, woman, gay, straight, doesn't matter. Everybody's got this masculine and feminine within. And so your receptivity within, right, or outside of you, again, is a direct proportion to within you. So if your inner feminine essence, if there's resistance around receiving and allowing your inner feminine to receive from your inner masculine, then how are you going to be able to receive it from anyone outside of you, right? Man, woman, gay, straight, doesn't matter. Any type of relationship. Cool? I love you guys so much. Happy holidays. Go spend time with your family and see what wonderful triggers come up. But create the life that you want and the perfection of your life, and open yourself to receiving. 2019, yo, we all need a power drill because we all got some screws loose. So let's just like tighten up all of our screws. Okay. I can't even with that. I'm like, what? But it makes sense. For real. Awesome. So I want to thank you guys so much for joining Soul Circle Love you, tribe, for always joining on every Tuesday. I will see you next week, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm Serah Delane, your conscious lifestylist. I love you guys all so much, and thank you, YouTube. All right, bye, babes. See you next week. Happy holidays.